Hello there, my friends, wherever you are on the planet. I'm Granny Tina, calling in on you from Spain. It's rather cold outside. I think it was 7 degrees this morning. And also a subscriber from across the ocean recently asked me to do the garlic soup, the traditional, the all-time classic garlic soup. And I think it's just the right time to do it today. So what is garlic soup? Well, garlic soup is to Spanish cuisine the same, I think, as onion soup would be to the cuisine of our French neighbors. That's how classic and important it is. Of course, garlic soup, it's basically a survival recipe. It's is the epitome, I think, of the make-do cooking, the no-waste cooking that I particularly favor. And so I've got here the simplest ingredients that we need to do this, heartening and very, very tasty soup. Of course, the protagonist is going to be garlic. Okay, I have finely sliced 2 cloves of garlic per person. I'm just cooking the soup for 2 people today. Okay, so I've sliced 4 cloves of garlic. One word about garlic. Garlic is one of these medicine, magic foods that we need to trust and we need to use as much as possible. Did you know that garlic, fresh garlic, is the best natural antibiotic? I think there's reason enough for us to cook with garlic, but also it gives such a boost to many, many recipes. So there we are, garlic soup today, okay? And of course it's organic garlic because you want to stay away from the pesticides that might get into the garlic. So organic, pesticide-free garlic. Now, what we need, apart from the main ingredient, is also 2 bread slices per person, 2, 3, okay, in this case, going to be 3, and which we will toast slightly on the pan, okay, with olive oil. We're going to use a little bit of Spanish paprika, the pimentón. This is a spoonful, is as much as we are going to need, okay? And not compulsory, but today I'm going to add richness to the traditional recipe by adding a small amount of Iberico ham, okay, or Serrano ham, whichever you prefer. This chunk here is approximately the quantity that I have, minced manually. And finally, 1 egg per person, which we will actually poach inside the soup at the end of the recipe, right before serving, okay? So there we go. This is almost what I call a homemade instant soup because it takes such a short amount of time, and it's one of those basically lunch recipes that warm your heart and your whole being. So there we are. Sprinkle of extra virgin olive oil. The base for all my cooking, okay? I think that should be enough. I lower the heat a bit because we don't want the bread to burn. And I'll be saving it onto a small saucer here, okay? Right. Okay. I take like 30 seconds for the oil to heat up. Okay. this bread, I bought the baguette yesterday, so it's slightly stale, even better, okay? Because it's more consistent. Right. So I'll be just flipping it over. The idea is to make it a bit golden, all right? The garlic soup is so easy to make, but you have to pay attention to detail, all right? Just to do the bread slightly golden, and but not burn it. And particularly careful will need to be with the sliced garlic, because you don't want any burnt garlic in this recipe, okay? So you just toss them over a couple of times, okay? Okay, right. So we got the toasted bread here, okay, which we'll save. We need, I think, a little bit more olive oil here, and we lower the heat. All right, and okay, there we go for the garlic. 1 minute, okay, bit more oil. And we add. So we've got the base of the garlic soup here, the slightly stir-fried sliced garlic and the Iberico ham, small quantity, and I'm going to add just 1 little teaspoon of paprika. I use this small shaker which I have here, okay. This is, of course, the paprika amount is to your taste, okay? Just, I forgot to say that the ham, this can also be a very attractive vegan recipe, in which case we would stay away from the ham, okay? And I'm going now to add the homemade stock. Today it is chicken stock. It could easily be vegetable stock, and of course if you're doing the vegan recipe, that's what it would need to be, okay. It's at room temperature, and all right, going to turn on the heat now, okay. And the soup, okay, we need to, when it's hot, we stir it a little bit. I've been using about half a pint of stock for each person, all right? So it's turning golden color with a bit of red in it because of the paprika. I really like it this way, and it's beginning to smell as well, all right? And okay, we're going to add the bread, because the bread needs to cook for a few minutes. It will absorb part of it will soak up part of the liquid, okay? And all right, give it a bit of a shake. Yeah, looks quite attractive already. I'll put on the lid, and the garlic soup needs to cook for a very short time, 6-7 minutes, okay? That's all it takes, okay? So, and after that, we'll be serving it using the poached egg. My little trick, just because I'm a fan of parsley, I think you know that, and I've chopped these parsley from the garden today. Parsley is also full of vitamins. It adds to the flavor, so why not? I remember my mother doing this to the garlic soup, but it's, you know, totally optional. Okay? So the soup has been cooking for 6-7 minutes, all right? I really wish that people make more homemade soups and pulses, you know, things like lentils and dried peas and things like that, because it would be such a contribution to keeping in good health, avoiding obesity and food allergies and all the things that are causing so much harm these days. I told you that this is just me, by the way. I'm going to add a bit of finely chopped fresh parsley, all right, which will give the recipe a bit of extra color and, of course, a few extra vitamins as well. So now you can see it's taken on the color of the Spanish paprika, the pimenton, and it looks reddish, golden, and delicious. And all we need to do now is we're going to pour in the eggs so that they basically poach inside the soup. It will take a couple of minutes for them to do so. Maybe we'll add a bit of salt onto them. All right. You can also break them like we did in our broken eggs recipe, but I set the heat a little bit up, and in a minute we'll be ready to serve it. I'm going to serve it just very, very humbly with a few lettuce leaves and some, homemade olives, okay? And in a traditional bowl. And I think it's important to, give the soups value as well, because they make a whole meal really, and they are such a great dish for the winter time. So I think that the eggs are almost done now. Just maybe half a minute more to poach the egg. You don't want to rush this. Just take your time with it. A couple more minutes. Doesn't matter if the eggs break. It's going to look great in the recipe. Okay. I think the eggs are poached now. So I'm going to turn off the heat now. That's all it takes, and we are ready to serve this delicious winter garlic soup. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Just look at it. Traditional Spanish garlic soup. Buen provecho.